Talks in the gold mining industry start in Johannesburg today, with labour union Amcu threatening to embark on a strike. Amcu President Joseph Mathunjwa has warned the Chamber of Mines that it faces what he calls massive industrial action in the gold and coal sectors. The current three-year agreement for the two sectors expire at the end of this month, and a new deal should ideally be in place by the beginning of July. Now, Mathunjwa reiterated the union's key demand of 12,500 rand for its lowest paid members. Amcu led a 5-month strike at platinum mines last year. Mining analysts are predicting protracted talks as Amcu's rival, the NUM, have tabled demands of more than 80% for its lowest paid members in the context of a depressed global commodity price index. The NUM's newly elected General Secretary, Mr. David Sipunzi, joins us in studio this morning. Very good morning to you, sir. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Yevon.
Congratulations on the election. Just tell us, it was a very tight race. What was your experience?
Well, it was very tough, but I was not fearing anything in it. It was democracy taking its course.
Democracy taking its course. Now, I'm sure that you've had a little celebration afterwards, but celebrations are now hardly over, and you're faced with the situation of negotiating a new deal, which looks like it's going to be tough negotiations in the gold industry, along with Amcu. How do you see that?
First of all, I've not yet had the opportunity to celebrate. Today we are meeting with the Chamber of Mines to draw a plan, negotiations plan. I want to believe that it's going to be very tough this time, because our members have made it very vehemently that they won't take anything less than what they have demanded.
Now, the industry can't afford it. This is what all the smart analysts are saying. The industry simply cannot afford these demands. And as you've seen as what happened in the platinum sector, if you force the hand, eventually it leads to massive job losses. How are you going to sell that to your members?
If the analysts say it's not good for the industry, well, we expect to see the CEOs showing the public the cuts in their salaries. They are still raking millions in salaries and bonuses.
That's one thing, but those are individuals. We're talking about 90% of the workforce wanting a 100% increase. It doesn't make sense, does it?
Yeah, but 100 is a big figure. 100% is a big figure in your view. But 100% of 90% or 80% of 5,000 rand is nothing. Because that's what the lowest earner is getting in the mines at the moment.
But surely there must be some lateral thinking here that goes on, that yes, we understand the situation for the workers is dire, but we can't pay 20% of the workers more, and then 6 months down the line, 80% of the workers have to be retrenched because it's unaffordable.
The threat of retrenchment has been there. As long as there is a mine, there will always be a threat for retrenchment. Even if you accept low increases, there will be retrenchments.
What about the wider economy? If we have another strike season like we had last year, and you saw the damage that it caused, you can't refute it. The damage to the economy was clear for everyone to see. How do you assume responsibility for the wider economy within this context if we go through another protracted strike season, which could really affect all industries, everybody in South Africa?
First of all, Eben, as NUM, we have not planned for a strike. A strike will be unfortunate end result of the failed negotiations. We don't plan for a strike. So we cannot be accused of fiddling with the economy, this and that. No, that's not our plans.
Let's talk politics. Let's talk politics quickly. We saw pictures there of Mr. Vavi. I saw in the weekend papers that you and Mr. Vavi are very good friends. Is that true?
I've never personally met Vavi, although I've known him for a long time at a distance. I've never met him. I'm not a friend of Vavi.
It's reported that Mr. Vavi said that it is a momentous occasion, your election to this position, and it will lead the movement forward. Your response to that, sir?
It's his personal analysis, and as a seasoned trade unionist, I believe he's right in his thinking.
Amcu, the other issue on the table is Amcu. How do you see the NUM's relationship with Amcu developing under your tenure as the leader of the NUM?
First of all, I'm begging Mr. Mathunjwa to come back to NUM. That's where the home of the mine workers is. I do understand that he was disillusioned, he was expelled from the union for whatever reason. He must come back.
So you say there's a real chance of you extending the olive branch and Amcu coming back in the NEM? That is what you would like to see happen?
Definitely, we can't talk unity of workers at the same time exclude other parties.
What about the wider politics within COSATU? The challenge within the union is the move within for you really is getting the balance right between workers' issues and politics. Do you think in the last couple of years we've got the balance right within getting the politics and the workers' issues balanced within COSATU?
Obviously, the balance is not right. We don't say COSATU must be apolitical or pro-worker. There must be a balance. As you say, there's been no good balance in the past few months.
You've just assumed office ahead of what people call strike season. The country is waiting with bated breath as to what you are going to do, what the workers are going to do, and how it's going to affect the economy. What do you see as your number one priority that you have to deal with right now?
Well, I've been preaching unity amongst workers. Because if we are not united, there's nothing we can win as workers.
There's also a court bid today that's before the courts, NUMSA's court bid. You understand the expulsion from COSATU. How do you view this and what's your reaction to the court bid itself?
My reaction is that this is an unfortunate situation. A trade union taking a federation to court. However, I found it there. I found this saga there already. So there's nothing I can do about it. But it's an unfortunate situation.
And you, in conclusion, it's something that all South Africans are very worried about, is the outlook for the economy following protracted strikes. What is your message to South Africans with regards to the looming strike season?
Well, I say to the South Africans, it would be unfortunate if we are compelled to go to a protracted strike. That's not what we planned for. And the South Africans must help the situation not to go there by persuading the bosses to pay the people who make their wealth. Mr.
Sipunzi, thank you very much for joining us. I understand it's going to be a very difficult couple of weeks for you in the negotiation seat. I wish you all the best. Thank you for joining us. This is the newly elected General Secretary of the NUM, Mr. David Sipunzi, joined us live here in studio this morning, was elected over the weekend in a very tightly contested election. Now, the High Court in Johannesburg will today hear an application to declare that NUMSA remains an affiliate of COSATU. Let's take a look at what you